make note of the fact that they are supposed to play a home game today. They spent last night in Philadelphia. So, Jeff, pick it up from there. What has happened with the Marlins, and where is it going from here?
Yeah, Greeny, following the 4 positive tests that they've had over the last 48 hours or so, there is concern inside of the Marlins organization about a potential outbreak, and not just an outbreak of those 4 players, but of even more. At this point, the extent of the true outbreak is unknown, but they continued to play yesterday against the Philadelphia Phillies, finishing their series there. And like you said, they're scheduled to play their home opener today against the Baltimore Orioles, but the fact that they canceled their flight to try and figure out what exactly the extent of that outbreak is before they travel is clearly a sign that something could potentially be wrong there. And that is horrifying for Major League Baseball, that less than a week into the season, there could be an outbreak inside of one of their clubhouses, and trying to figure out where to go from here, how to handle that. You know, the operations manual that they have for the league is 113 pages. It does not cover what to do in the extent of a large outbreak.
Yeah, outbreak is such a complicated word, and these are all such sort of new questions that we're dealing in sports. So at the risk of overstating this, I think I want to ask you, does it feel less than a week in as though one team's season, in this case the Marlins, is in some form of real jeopardy?
Well, Greeny, there's a reason that every team has an alternate site with dozens up to 30 players. And in the Marlins case, theirs is in Jupiter, Florida, about 90 miles or so north of Miami. So it is conceivable that if the Marlins players, the major league players, were stuck in Philadelphia for the day, that the Marlins could theoretically ship an entire roster of players down to Miami and play them against the Baltimore Orioles. Would that happen? Probably not, but at this point, you know, we don't know how things are going to operate, and we don't know how long the Marlins are going to be in Philadelphia. What we do know is that the players who have tested positive, per the league's protocol, will be staying in the road city in which they've tested positive, along with at least one representative from the organization, until the point where they have multiple negative tests. And we don't know how long that is. You know, with some players, it takes a couple of days. With some players, it takes up to a month. So they could be spending a long time there in Philadelphia.
Look, I mean, if there's any good news in this, is that it had to have been predictable. This is certainly not going to take anyone by total surprise. And so we'll see. They have protocols in place. We'll see how they work. I know you have a million phone calls out there. Stay close. Jeff Passan is going to be close by throughout the show today if there is any developing story on this. Again, the Marlins are still in Philadelphia. They are supposed to play in Miami tonight. Stay close by. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.